Welcome to ThinkTech on OC16, Hawaii's weekly newscast on things that matter to tech and to Hawaii. I'm Jay Fidel.
And I'm Lisa Mariyama.
In our show this week, we'll take a look at the Friday night Eat the Street program that's making Kakaako come alive. They call it Hawaii's Food Truck and Street Food Rally. And it's all of that and more, including music, games, and even a Chinese dragon.
It's now got 44 food truck vendors and an incredible array of good and creative local food. You can get whatever you want and more.
So ThinkTech went down there last week to check it out and see what's happening. And wow, were we impressed.
We weren't alone. There were thousands of people down there checking it out and having a great time. The theme was luau, and all of the food stands had something great to offer.
The crowd was animated and engaged, and people were really enjoying themselves. There were so many interesting and ono food stands, it was hard to know where to go first.
Clearly, we needed a tour. Our guide was Poni Askew, the founder and visionary behind Eat the Street, as well as other street festivals and events. She knows all the vendors and could show us around.
Poni took us around to see the food stands and meet their owners and lots of people and attractions that were there. The energy in the crowd was palpable.
We have shave ice. Basically, we give you a cup of ice and you get to decorate it yourself with the syrups.
So are you in 5-0? Hi, Poni. How are you?
Good. Sorry, I keep running in and out, if you could only imagine, of this
I
space.
do. This is a madhouse here.
Yeah.
I produce Eat the Street,
Okay.
and I do the streetgrinds.com, and we do Eat the Street, and we actually just started producing the Honolulu Night Market,
Heard about that.
and opened a pop-up cafe called Taste. So we do a lot of different things.
Excuse me, can we just take a picture of your dog? We're trying to show how this works over here.
It's a very dog-friendly event, so we have a nice little community that hangs out and brings all their dogs, and I mean it's just a great, fun, family-friendly community event that we do every month on the last Friday in Kakaako. So 44 food vendors is typically parked in this lot every month. We actually drive most of our business based on social media and encourage everybody to tell a friend. You can watch your tweets and your Instagrams hit the screen live right behind us.
Oh no!
And so we have a 20-foot screen, 20-foot screen up right now actually, and it's aggregating all this social media and chatter happening into this parking lot right now.
Can you show us?
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna go over there now.
Our koi catering truck is actually one of the trucks that was nominated on foodnetwork.com as one of Hawaii's best food trucks. You can see here they do a fried musubi, and they have actually some pretty amazing fried chicken out of this truck. So the art truck is a kind of a different twist to the
art
mobile.
Truck. What a great idea!
Yeah, and so we
Is
love.
this powwow?
No, this is one particular gentleman that does it, and he finds all the different artists who's interested in actually selling their art out of his truck, and he drives around and sells his art.
Okay, this is your big monitor over here?
This is our screen views, and you'll see on the screen anything that pops up on there is from folks that are hashtagging Eat the Street. Lots of food photos on this big screen, and during the summertime when it's busier, we usually go to a 40-foot screen so more people can see it. And this is a little community of folks that actually, almost it's like a tweet up. It's a doggy tweet up though. It's part of the Shibu Inu Dog Club over here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great gathering place for a whole bunch of different kind of people, pet-friendly people, families, young hipsters, even up to retirees. I see that our Chinese dragon dancers are here, and so probably in about an hour or so there'll be some Chinese dragon dancing. That usually happens every month as well. The night market is separate, so it goes on the third Saturday of every month.
Okay, I think we have to come around again, Poni.
Yeah, that one's a block up by the greenhouse.
Okay. So tell me your name.
Adair Hill.
And you run this truck.
Yes, this is my truck, my idea. It's filled with all different art from different artists.
It's not just your stuff.
Right, yeah, that's the whole concept. We drive around selling the art for the artists so that they can do what they do best, which is make art.
It's a Van Gogh we have.
That's right. So
Show it for the camera.
So these go for about 80 bucks.
80 bucks for a Van Gogh, not bad. This is your day job then?
Yeah, this is my day job, night job, morning job.
My name is Mike Elmichi. I'm one of the promoters for the big New Year's Eve party of the year, happening at Kakaako. It's a huge block party featuring Eat the Streets, of course. We have fireworks shows every hour from 9 p.m. every hour, with the finale at midnight. It'll be a great, huge block party for everybody to bring in the new year.
Crossing to the other side. JTB is here in force, isn't it?
Yeah, and so they basically bring by their shuttles every 30 minutes and drop off interested tourists who are looking for island cuisine, and Eat the Street is the best place to find that. We love partnering with certain organizations, so the Friends of the Library are here with us and they join us every month. It's funny
They're right
because
nearby, aren't they? The library building is right next to Mother Waldron over there. Come on, say hello. Why does McDuff like to come down to this?
Because I like to come down to it.
He goes wherever you go.
Not quite. He's actually not my dog. I'm dog sitting.
Why did you say that in the first place?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We got pizza. We got tacos.
Well, Auntie Lisa is famous. She just wrote a book. She wrote a book about face painting.
What do you do?
And it's available on Amazon.com.
What is face painting exactly?
Oh, you want to be next?
No. Auntie Lisa, do you ever actually paint your own face?
Sometimes. I used to be a clown. I used to be Confetti the Clown, but
Confetti the Clown, that's
now
wonderful.
I paint everybody else, so it's a lot more fun.
Yelp has also been another great partner of ours for a while.
Aloha United Way, Yelp, hashtag Eat the Street, get some good food, and there's a lot of good stuff.
What happened to your face? What is that?
I got my face painted at
Auntie Lisa.
Lisa's.
Yeah?
Yep.
Can you show it to us?
Poinsettia.
Beautiful. I see Beyond Burgers, garlic butter shrimp.
I'd love to introduce you to one of our new food vendors that we have here at Eat the Street. She does something called Nokaoi Cookie Company.
Oh yeah, homemade cookies.
Tiara is one of our newest additions to Eat the Street. We sampled a lovely basket of baked goods from her and absolutely love it. And so cookies is one of her things, but you do so much more than cookies, right?
Right. We're going to bake out of the Taste Cafe starting in December, every other Friday. And we'll bring our fresh baked goods and scones and brownies and rolls and all sorts of yummy things. Yeah.
We do have our lomi tomato, our theme flavor for this evening for our luau. Of course, poo-poo style and Paul's Poppers wrapped up in our custom hand-wrapped wontons. That one is our lomi tomato mix with cream cheese and another white cheese. We also have our ever-famous, our popular spinach and artichoke. Very similar to the dip, we just take all the work out of it.
So here's another mogul, a female entrepreneur that we love to have. Besides Bobalicious, has tons of other businesses as well.
I don't know about tons, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah. So she stays very busy, but her popular item is, of course, the boba beverages that you make.
We feature boba drinks. The bottom of it has a tapioca. We have honeydew, which is our most common flavor. And then based on the theme of the month that they provide, we adhere to it. So our most popular, yes, is honeydew, strawberry, and a lihing pineapple, which you can only find through us.
Oh, that sounds good.
So what's the theme this month?
It's a luau.
Okay, luau, so luau food, yeah? Okay.
Yes, so Hawaiian food. What's your luau drink tonight?
Our luau drink is a kulolo, which is a blend of coconut and taro, and then you also have taro.
We have the ones with different colors. It's just coloring on the kettle corn. We have lihing flavor, lihimui, and one of our most popular is the hurricane with furikake and kakimochi in there.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why are you waiting on this line?
Because one of my friends from Pennsylvania never tried to have a takoyaki in his life.
We tried to trick him and tell him it's taco meat, but he doesn't know.
They do a special French macaroon here. So they come in a variety of flavors. They usually have about 10 or 11 flavors every time they come to Eat the Street. Creating something very special like this dessert here. What do you have here?
Okay, so we've got our dessert macaroons. So we've got the strawberry wafer with a lemon cream, fresh strawberries and a chocolate drizzle on the bottom.
That's beautiful. Doesn't look like any macaroon I ever saw, though.
Poku is our celebrity dog here, comes to Eat the Street. I think almost all our Eat the Streets we see Hoku at. Always dressed in the best kimono and outfits. And
unbelievable.
It's so cute. Always popular. You can't go wrong with the malasada. A Tin Hut Barbecue, the best brisket in town. Firehouse is our first Chamorro food truck here, making Guamanian food and Guamanian tacos.
Half a day! Half a day!
I didn't know Guamanians made tacos. Right here we have the Soul Patrol truck with Chef Sean Priester. Chef Sean is one of our Hale Aina Award winners. Chef Sean is known for his buttermilk fried chicken. He was one of the first food vendors that actually joined Eat the Street with us.
Well, because we got the Hawaiian luau theme, I busted out the Chicken Loco Moco Mac.
Look at that right there. That is amazing. Oh, that's right. You have a new shop that you just opened in downtown.
Monday through Friday, 11 to 3, and downtown on Bishop Street.
So we have a liquid pleasure truck here. Great blended beverages and amazing Hawaiian food. How's it? Say hi.
Hi.
Liquid Pleasure is another company, too, that actually has a place for brick and mortar in Waipahu where they serve their food. We always do live music or live DJ music at Eat the Street. And this is a very special night since it's the 125th anniversary for Kamehameha Schools. What's pretty awesome about tonight is you can see when an organization partners with a community event such as this, everybody wins. The organization gets exposure, the food trucks get business, and the community has a free family-friendly event to come to every month. So what school do you go to?
Kamehameha.
Yeah, and what are you fundraising tonight?
Yes, to go on the trip to Europe.
And so what we normally do is leave our beverage tent available for organizations and students and baseball teams to raise money.
So I make all my own popsicles. I use fresh fruits, and I come up with some creative local flavors. One of the hits for tonight is our chocolate dipped, we call it halpia, but it's a chocolate dipped coconut.
So tonight we did a local theme, like broke the mouth local theme because of the Hawaiian theme, the Hawaiian luau. So our luau special is the chicken long rice, but as you can see we have my mother's Betty's stew, we have Portuguese bean soup, clam chowder.
And the fun thing about Three Ladles is that each partner takes a different approach to their soup, so you get 3 different types of styles of soup every single time.
Well, this one is a BS. It's banana, strawberry, and brown sugar. Delicious.
Yes. And this is another person who's actually joined us at Taste, and you can get them and their delicious crepes at Taste on
Wednesday.
So breakfast and lunch crepes in Kakaako, not just at Eat the Street anymore. How much corn do you roast normally at an Eat the Street event? Is that a trade secret?
No, anywhere between, we've done anywhere between 400 and 1,300. We have a lilikoi butter, we do a honey butter, we have wasabi shoyu butter, we have a shoyu butter. We just created a spicy one, a jalapeno butter.
So his son Jonas Otsuji is a chef. And so he takes his father's fresh produce and he does a deep fried kale with poke on top. This is Dirk with Il Gelato, and he's been doing his gelatos with us for how long now?
For 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so Dirk handcrafts all of the gelato quite authentically.
Yes, we learned to make the gelato in Italy. So we studied in Bologna at the Caprigiani University, the Gelato University, and we're making everything from scratch every day. We start in our batches with the fresh milk from the Big Island. We're getting as many ingredients as possible here in Hawaii, and then we craft it fresh and sell it wholesale as well as retail, and definitely at Eat the Street.
So when I met Kristen, they introduced their handcrafted mochi to us, and They're handcrafted marshmallows, and they make something called a marshmallow.
This is our salted caramel marshmallows, and we have other flavors like Haupian chocolate, royal chocolate mousse, and Maui vanilla bean, which we use to make s'mores on site.
Why can't I do that? Why can't I open up a shop here? What's wrong?
We support all different types of mobile food vendors, but what really excites us and our customer base is innovation, a true entrepreneurial drive, and just bringing mobile food vending in Hawaii has been around since the Chinaman days.
Yeah.
You know, the Manapua man.
Yeah.
And we're just carrying on a legacy, and we are innovating, you know, that legacy. And so you can get things like mochi wrapped with haupia and dark chocolate. I have a wish list of different food vendors I'd love to see at Eat the Street. And a fresh marshmallow food vendor was actually on my wish list. So I was ecstatic when they approached me to be at Eat the Street. So something that we've loved forever, which is haupia, and something else we've loved forever, which is kulolo. He put it together and called it haulolo. Isn't that awesome?
It really is.
So we call it haulolo. So it's layered haupia and kulolo. You know, you see it side by side at the luau all the time. So we figured, why not together? So we just put a little layer of kulolo on the bottom, haupia on top, and we thought, what's a good name to call it? So people are like, okay, haupia, kulolo. So they're like, kupia, no, haulolo. So that's how. So we call it haulolo, and the catchphrase is haulolo is that.
Yeah, really.
Right here, we're making fresh pressed lilikoi lemonades, and over behind me, my husband Kavika is making our Wow Wow waffles.
Tell us a little bit more about the waffles, which are the most delicious waffles ever.
They definitely are. They're Belgian Liège street waffles, and it's actually a dough, it's not a batter. So in the dough, there are Belgian pearl sugars, and as we press them onto our authentic Belgian waffle iron, the sugar caramelizes within the dough and just makes the waffle absolutely perfect.
They do a fresh lilikoi lemonade. They press all their lemons right here.
Oh, wow.
And guess what? They're another vendor who's joining us at Taste Cafe, and you can have waffles every other Friday in Kakaako now at Taste Cafe.
Wow
Wow waffle.
Not as good as kulolo and poi.
We've just begun.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's in the future, but I know that as long as it's something that supports entrepreneurs in Hawaii, then we're doing the right thing.
Eat the Street allows and encourages local food entrepreneurs to do their thing and to take food truck cuisine of all kinds to new creative heights. You've got to see what they're doing.
Eat the Street is also part of the new chapter for Kakaako, Kakaako Rising, and becoming a vital and friendly neighborhood in the center of our city where people can meet and enjoy a memorable Friday evening. Eat the Street is just another sign of the new generation in Kakaako. Why don't we all go back again? The next one is on New Year's Eve. We'll see you there. In the meantime, take a look at streetgrindswithaz.com.
Mahalo and God bless.
And now let's take a look at our ThinkTech calendar of events going forward.
ThinkTech's 4 to 5 p.m. drive time radio series on KGU 760 AM continues this week. Tune in to 760 AM for great shows every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Raise your awareness on tech, energy, Asia, and more on ThinkTech Radio.
On January 24th, the Hawaii Venture Capital Association and ThinkTech will present the annual Entrepreneur of the Year and the Deal of the Year awards at a luncheon program at the Plaza Club. Sign up for these programs on hvca.org.
And now here's Bill Spencer, president of the Hawaii Venture Capital Association, with this week's Spensation.
Well, I was listening to a show called Science Friday, where they were interviewing a bunch of astronauts, none of whom I recognized, by the way. Some of them had been up in the space station for 6 months or more. And then they were inviting questions from the audience, and there was a question that came in from a 9-year-old boy. And his question was, what can I do now to prepare to be an astronaut? That was a great question. And the response was also great. The response was, be excellent at everything you do, and in particular, science and math. When I was a kid, I knew the astronauts by name. They were heroes. They were superstars. And, you know, I looked up to them, even though I never aspired to be one. It was still something that was in my consciousness. I knew John Glenn and Neil Armstrong, and I loved watching the coverage of the launches. I still do when they do cover it. But today, you know, the only heroes we have for kids to look up to are sports figures. And that's all well and good, but it's not going to stimulate you to pursue science and math. It's going to stimulate you to throw a football better or hit a baseball further. But what about our heroes in science and math, biology, medicine? We've got them. There's fabulous things that are going on out there. But the media doesn't seem to pay attention, and there are no heroes of those sorts that kids can look up to.
What I hear you saying is that for leadership and to encourage people and have kids emulate, you know, the right values and the right directions in life, we need heroes for them to aspire to.
And role models.
Role models, sure, role models. And there are, it seems we live in a world where there are not so many role models these days. Role models and the heroes aren't made the same way they used to be made. They're not as famous and popular outside of sports. And so the media has created role models and heroes, and it should do that now.
Well, I think, and the institutions need to reach out, because the media is looking for, you know, sensationalist stories. So there'll be much more ink spent on, you know, murders and people who kill people and things like that than our heroes. So I think it behooves organizations like NASA to really get the word out and to promote these guys. It behooves our big medical institutions to promote the accomplishments of, you know, the great work that's being done. I think that's the only way we're going to get the attention of youngsters and get them to realize that, you know, there's more to our world than Justin Bieber and you know, the pop
American Idol,
the pop stars and the football players and the like. I mean, those guys are all important, but we need a well-rounded, and especially as far as motivating kids to study hard and be excellent at school. I mean, this kid who asked the question, "What can I do now?" It really was an important question, because you can't just, you know, wait till you go to college. You can't push off understanding science and math and engineering and technology. You can't just play video games on your computer and not really understand how that game was created. Yet so many kids do. That's all that's their only context is the game itself. It's
Right.
not the underlying
Right.
software or the technology that delivers it.
Came from space.
It came from, the computer store, Games R Us or something, I think those are the kind of things that will help motivate kids and get them more excited about the technical subjects that are going to lend itself to innovation and entrepreneurship and economic growth in this country.
Bill, it's perfect what you say, and I absolutely agree with it, but it gives me an idea I want to tell you about right now. And that idea is, it follows on the January 24th program at the Hawaii Venture Capital Association ThinkTech meeting at the Plaza Club. You're giving awards to entrepreneurs, awards to deal makers. These are also heroes. And for them to get an award elevates them to hero status. We ought to cover them in great detail. We ought to elevate them as much as we can in that program and otherwise so that people can see that we treat them as heroes. Maybe they should treat them as heroes too. Tech heroes, science heroes, entrepreneur heroes. We can do it, Bill.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right. That's a deal.
We'll be right back to wrap up this week's edition of ThinkTech. But first, we want to thank our underwriters.
Thanks to the Scheidler Family Foundation, which supports a number of educational, cultural, and charitable organizations, including ThinkTech.
Hawaiian Electric Company and its affiliates MECO on Maui and Helco on the Big Island are deeply committed to the communities they serve.
Galen Ho is a senior executive of BAE Systems, a global defense, security, and aerospace company, and CEO of CBI Polymers, a tech company in Hawaii.
The High Tech Development Corporation, the state's leading technology agency, attached to the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism.
Castle and Cook, Hawaii, with a time-honored legacy that spans more than 160 years and revolves around its mission of investing in Hawaii, creating communities, and providing for the needs of our state.
Hawaii Gas, formerly the Gas Company, a proponent of the Liquid Natural Gas Initiative, helping Hawaii transition to clean energy and building Hawaii's energy future.
Okay, Lisa, that wraps up this week's edition of ThinkTech. Remember, you can watch ThinkTech on OC16 several times every week. Can't get enough of it, just like Lisa does. For additional times, check out OC16.tv.
You bet, Jay. For lots more ThinkTech videos and for underwriting and sponsorship opportunities on ThinkTech on OC16, visit thinktechhawaii.com. Be a sponsor or a volunteer and help us reach Hawaii.
I'm Jay Fidel. Thanks so much for joining us on ThinkTech. You can watch this show throughout the week and tune in next Sunday evening for our next important weekly episode.
I'm Lisa Mariyama. Aloha, everyone.